In humanities, we have been studying the Lost Boys of Sudan, who are a group of children who survived the 21-year civil war between North and South Sudan and went through a series of stepped migration. Unfortunately, the raids on the villages orphaned many of the boys who traveled to Ethiopia seeking refuge. Luckily, they were able to live in Ethiopia for some time, but the government later fell apart, forcing them to leave. Many of the boys died at this time due to shooting from both governments. This is when the UN came in and took them to Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. Over the next 11 years, the boys grew up there, until the U.S. decided to take in 4,000 of the boys to help them get an education and a job. Unfortunately, life wasn't great in America like the boys thought it would be, and with little people helping, it was hard to assimilate into a new culture. As part of our study of the boys, we were assigned to create a collage that shows both our understanding of what the Lost Boys have been through and to incite people to want to help. We must show this through our images, text, and our 6-word memoir. Shouting, screaming, confusion, loneliness. Why us? One part of our collage was our 6-word memoir. I chose to put my 6-word memoir in the middle of the collage and make it 3D because our memoirs are the anchors for our collages. We've used them to choose which text and images are used. One of my chosen images is the picture drawn by one of the Lost Boys. I chose this picture because it's not someone guessing what to draw. People don't have to assume that the person is right. The picture shows the view of the war from someone who was there, who experienced it. Another important picture is the silhouette of a child holding a gun, with War Child written to the left. This picture shows my understanding because I know how difficult it was for the children to survive. Many of them joined in with the war and started handling guns and other weapons at an early age. To go off and have to kill someone or see your friends and family killed is terrible for anyone, especially a young child. Many people felt like it wasn't worth living and they wanted to die. This makes people want to help because many of the children are suffering from the consequences of war and need more assistance than they can get. The High Hopes text is important because it shows my understanding in a few ways. The boys hoped to be able to return to Sudan with an education, but this was harder than expected, and not everyone was able to. Also, the boys dreamed of no more war. They wanted to be able to live the rest of their lives in peace without having to worry about both them and their friends and family. This shows how high hopes they had. I believe my collage will incite people to take action as it evokes empathy into the people, creating the want to do something about all the destruction that has happened in the Lost Boys' lives.